Good afternoon, everyone. So, what is the difference between a proposal and a report? A proposal uses future tense, while your report is in past tense. Because your proposal, you're writing what you wish to do after reviewing different literatures, after understanding what you want to do. You would propose what you'll be doing. Then after you have really gone, there are some things that you would change. Maybe something that you thought you would do and then you did not eventually do. So today in this video, I'll be showing you how I'm correcting my proposal. This proposal, although I've changed some things before I started the video, but this chapter 3, it's my proposal and then some little correction I've already made, and then I'll be changing it to my report. Yeah, this chapter this chapter presents. Before it was this chapter would present. So now is the report. I remove the would. For the research design, the researcher wished to adopt. So now that is a report. I'll say I adopted. The researcher adopted. For the research, let me increase my screen brightness. Yes. So the researcher adopted a mixed method for the research. The two group pretest, post-test, quasi-experimental research design, and a descriptive survey. That's what a mixed research is, when you use more than one method. So I used more than one method. Quasi-experimental research design is an experimental design that is not a true design, because I didn't randomize. When I went to this school, the number of students I met in the class was the number of students I used. So that's why it's quasi, not a true. If it was to be true, I would just pick some students randomly from the classroom. But I didn't do that because I didn't want to disturb or disrupt their normal class timetable and schedule for the day. So I used the biology teacher's normal teaching period. So because of that, I could not randomize. Okay, as well, the quasi-experimental design would be employed, was employed in order for the researcher to use interclass. Interclass means, as I met them, two group pretest, post-test, quasi-experimental design, which was adopted, can be represented in the figure below, in figure 1 below. In the figure below is okay. For the descriptive survey, this method, and one thing that I'm doing is reading out my report aloud. It makes you notice error quickly. This method helped the researcher to answer the question. Okay, so descriptive was, I wanted to discuss their attitude towards the teaching as well. So I could not get that through the experiment. I had to use a descriptive design using questionnaire as my instrument. This method helped the researcher to answer the research question 1 on 3 in my chapter 1. Let me write that, stated in chapter 1. Good. This is a very good one. It might now I don't want to take us, but I wrote that I'll be using for question 1 and 3, but after editing, I only use it for research question 2. And my research question 2 was that what is the difference between the attitude. Yes, I'm trying to what is the difference between the attitude of biology students taught with CTC and those taught with lecture method. So research question 2. So you see, that's what we are talking about. I propose I'll be using for research question 1 and 3, but when I edited my research questions, it turned out I only used it in research question 2. The description of V is appropriate as researcher only wish to observe and report the variable in research question 2. So I use the questionnaire for only research question 2. So now this is a table, the fig I was talking about below. So it's not table, it's fig. It's fig. I think it would be appropriate to name it fig 1. But I don't want to, because of my, and when you write fig, you don't put it on top, you put it beneath. So this is how you change Control X. This is how you change your proposal to your report. And always remember that there's no perfect document, but try as much as possible to check and recheck. There's not supposed to be border here. I didn't put border. Those people, when they print and you ask them to edit thinking that they are experts, they just do whatever they like. There was no border. APA format, the tables do not have borders. So I hope you are learning how to remove border from this video as well. You come to, let me show you that. You come to table, you highlight the whole table. You don't highlight like this. You can highlight like this, it will work too, but a simpler way to highlight the whole table is just to click on this right here. Then after highlighting, this would pop up, this table tools would pop up. If it's not highlighted, it will not be there. Once you are not on that table, do you see there's no table tools? But once you are on the table, once you are working with the table, it pops up. So you come to the layout to fit to the width must match that of the writing, so you fit to window. There are sometimes that you will need to fit to content depending on what is written inside, but here we have to fit to window so that where this report is, look, let me use my ruler so that we can see it. Do you see where the report ends? That's this word report here. Where it ends, that's where the table also ends. That's the uniformity that APA format wants, the consistency that we are looking for in APA format. You highlight, come to the design now for the border. Come to the design, remove all border first. That's what I always do before putting the one I want. You put the bottom border, then the top border. After that, you come back and highlight only this first, the header of the table. Sorry, this was a mistake. Then come back to border, then put a bottom border. And this is all the border that you need for APA format. This is how you present a table for APA format. Okay. Okay. Is equals to okay. The study population. The population of this study comprised of all SS1, SS2 students of in biology in Ogun State. The other videos that explains all of this in details, but the purpose of this video, which has been stated, is to show you how to change your proposal to your report. The quasi-experimental group research design involves selecting groups upon which the variable is tested without any random pre-selection. Therefore, an interclass of 39 and 21 senior secondary school students. Okay, so these details here, I wrote it after I collected data when I went to the school, and I saw that, oh, I used 39 and 29 students respectively. But I have to tell my supervisor advised that I mention the school that had 39 students in the class and the one that had 29 students in the class. So I'm coming back to my chapter 4 to okay. So the lecture group, there's one error, 27 and 33. Lecture 27, CCTA 33. 27 for lecture, 33 for CCTA. 27 for lecture, 27 for lecture, 27. Okay, 27 for lecture. In the control CCTA 33 in the experimental